Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome back your lovely faces to a brand new video here on the channel. I hope everyone has had a great week, I hope everyone had a great weekend as well, and I hope you have a nice week coming forward. It is the first day of the school vacation time, holiday time here in the UK, so that's going to be fun, so there's going to be a lot of things going on. But today we're going to be taking a look at some delusional people, and I really do find it funny because obviously here on the channel we streamed the Johnny Depp AH trial every single day. We did it for 6 weeks, and we also did it as well leading up to the trial where I think we were live like 6 or 7 days leading up to it every day, and we were like 4, 5, 6 hours at a time before the trial kicked in, where we were on streaming for like 12 to 15 hours. And you all know we had lawyers on the channel, we were speaking with lawyers, they were giving us feedback, they were watching the trial along with us, and a lot of stuff happened. But it seems to be that a lot of her fans are still delusional, I think is probably the word, because we have seen so many tweets and stuff over the last couple of months, I'd probably say, where we had those people doing that podcast where they're like, oh my god, who trolled AH? And it's like, well, no, she trolled herself. She lied and she got caught out. That is it. But obviously they don't want you to believe anything that the trial showed you, which is the evidence. Because if you remember as well, she threw her own law firm under the bus when they asked her, so, Miss H, where's this evidence, blah, blah, blah. Well, I gave it to my team. I don't know what they've done with it. Almost like I gave them this mountain and mountains of evidence, which I publicly said I had, but they've got rid of it. I don't know where they put it. And like I said, after that, you just saw Elaine and Rockenbottom, or whatever his name was again, Rottenborn, and they just kind of went, oh, it's like that, is it? We're going to do the bare minimum. And then their mood changed, because they got thrown under the bus by her, because she was losing. But today we're going to take a look at this. So Fights and Filibusters, they just put out a tweet, literally, you know, didn't come out in court that he was the one doing this. I remember that being the narrative from everyone on here when the trial was ongoing. Am I missing something? Genuinely asking. And they're retweeting someone. It's becoming more and more obvious that Hollywood is slowly trying to reintroduce Johnny Depp. No, they're not trying to reintroduce him. He doesn't want to go back. He's got enough money, he's making films outside the studios, and he's just having fun with his life now. But this is the person who replied to Fights and Filibusters. Depp fans are going to tell you to watch the trial. Well, yeah, that's where the evidence was. AH supporters are going to link you to hundreds of long supporting evidence things. You know, the evidence that was used in the trial, which showed that she was the horrible person. Both are probably more than you want to get into, honestly. I agree with that sentence there. I guess it comes down to whether you believe a 20-something-year-old actress who did this while his staff watched and did nothing, then said nothing at all about it for years, even though her plan was to milk it, or whether you believe a man who called her horrible names before they even got married and admitting to doing this to her repeatedly did. No, he did not admit any of that. If you actually remember to the trial, you know, cast your minds back, where we had AH's therapist, her person, you know, via video conference, who actively stated, Amber is the one who always caused the fights. She told me that Johnny would always run away and run off to avoid confrontation. And then we actually have the, you know, the audios, which she's like, you always run away when I start fighting. Oh, I'm sorry, what did you want him to do? You know, it's got all this kind of stuff. So they completely forget all of that kind of stuff. But when it's got by here about, oh, you know, we're going to link you to this, we're going to link you to that. Do you want to see one of the links? So it's this one by here. This is called believingamberheard.blogspot.com. And you got them by here, you know, Johnny Depp, third, second, and all of this kind of stuff. But when you actually click into them, oh, look, she's not there. It's News Group Newspapers and Dan Wootton. You know, the UK trial that was against Johnny Depp versus The Sun. That is it. She was not a party to it. And again, if you cast your minds back to this, they were like, oh, this proves everything. Why? Because the judge, whose own son worked for Rupert Murdoch, the man Johnny Depp was suing, because he owns the son, you know, they are literally like, you know, thick as shit. They really are. And you know what's even better about all of this? You know, that this person here, I'm not specifically saying that she's the one who said this, because she's not. But, you know, they're doing all of this. Oh, they're going to tell you to do this. You're going to get Depp fans, and I'm going to prove this. I'm going to prove that, blah, blah, blah. Take a look at this. So, Gellert posted this, and it's absolutely hysterical. I'll always be stunned at the level of incorrect shit surrounding this case and the confidence in which people spout it. If you don't know the facts, just say you don't know and sit down. Running with something that you know you aren't educated on only does a raging disservice. And would you like to see what they've retweeted, what Gellert has retweeted? Who he, the UK judge, was female. Yeah. Judge Nicole was a female. Yeah. This is how dumb they are. But do you want to know what's even funnier about all of this is? When we actually look into all of this sort of stuff, you got this one, like, you know, that one there. You got another one by here. I'm British, but I'm rooting for Spain because they're exclusively playing for AH. Another idiot. Then we got these ones by here. And I'm in the UK, so unlike the rest of you brain-dead apologists, I've also watched the UK trial footage. Really? Really? There is no UK trial footage. No cameras were in the courtroom. All you had were people reporting on it. There is no footage. This is how dumb these people are. And it goes on, you know, when you got other things going on like by here. What's your wildest conspiracy theory? This is just nuts. Mine is that Johnny and AH were paid to take their trial public in the middle of the Ghislaine Maxwell gate. I think they were a paid distraction and retro trigger. She says that, but then she says about, I watched the UK trial footage. Yeah. These people are just absolutely insane. You know, and I've got to show you this. This is Judge Andrea Nicole. Not Justice Nick Andrew Nicole, as his actual name is. But yeah, you know, it's absolutely hilarious to see that a lot of these people, they literally think that everything they're doing is right. They're just spreading nonsense. And this is the problem. Because you get people who will go out there and say things like this person is saying, you know, oh, you need to watch this documentary. Take a look at these websites. Where everything is cut and literally made into false little snippets of information. Just watch the trial. You know, there's evidence. Again, I know it was literally 8 to 10 hours a day for 6 weeks. You know, obviously Friday through the weekend, so Friday, Saturday, Sunday, they were the days off. But it showed everything. It showed the evidence. You had AH's own people come out and say, yeah, she admitted that she did this. Johnny would always run away. This happened. That happened. And then, when they asked for evidence to prove that AH of what she was saying, this happened, I did this, blah, blah, blah. She never had the evidence there. Because she said her team had it, but I don't know what they've done with it. But before we end this video, I just want to show you this one thing as well, which this just goes to show the type of people that AH fans are. So obviously we just showed you this one where, they're just asking a genuine question, and then this one came up. At this point in my mentions, they're too flooded to even look through the resources and screenshots you are all sending. Probably going to mute this tweet soon. Have a look what an AH fan said. This is about right. Ignore and turn your head because it's too much. And they've gone back with, rightfully so. Shut the F up. I've bookmarked plenty of the resources that have been sent. I'm not a robot. I can't spend all day looking through dozens of mentions just because you want me to. You're not the first person who has asked this exact question and said it was too much info to go through, so excuse me for assuming you hadn't bookmarked anything, especially how you worded the tweet. I apologize. And, you know, we got that by there of who she is and all this kind of stuff. And it's true, though. You know, like Dr. Truthseeker say, you know, if I were you, I would definitely mute or delete this post. Bonkers. She lied. She lost. Move along. It's been 2 years. It is, and it's very, very true. But you got fans who are literally stating, well, you should look at all the stuff that I've given or my people have given you. All these websites, the blog spots, all this, the opinion pieces, not actual evidence. You know, it's absolutely just bizarre. It really is. But that's what we got, guys, for this video today. Let me know what you think about all of this down below, because it's been just now, it's over 2 years, and I am still just mind blown by the amount of people who are on her side and just some of the stuff they're coming out with. It's almost like, oh, right, the next batch of money has gone in. Right now, get the bots going. We're going to get this done. And it's like, really? You know, it's like, the evidence is out there. It's not going to be taken down. People need to remember the internet is forever. Everything is on there, unless we get Skynet taking us over or something. But that is by there, folks. Let me know, like I said, what you think about this down below. If you are new to the channel, like and subscribe, and I will see you soon.